Yeah, I don't know anything about this person. Cyrax. It's 15 minutes long. I don't think we're watching the whole thing. Maybe we'll watch a little bit of this. I don't know what it is.
Washington, May 24th, 19.
Really? Derek says this glass bridge in 2019, one person died, 6 were injured, so they shut it down. You're serious? So it broke. Derek says the bridge broke. Is that true? One person actually died and 6 were injured when it broke and they fell through. What the fuck? So I guess we watched an outdated video, huh? Jesus, that's horrible. Yikes.
90. But at some point he had moved where he currently resides in Akron, Ohio. At less than 5 feet tall and still living with his grandmother at 31, Chance is one of the most prolific and haunting lolcows online. I do not intend on making any videos on these internet cool guys, but this story just has to be heard. The troubling and honestly downright disturbing trials and tribulations of this man are truly abominable. From manipulation to complete and utter delusion, this is the story of Cyrax. I can honestly start this video telling stories of—
Anyone ever heard of this person? I have never heard of this person before. What once? Cyrax? Don't know who this is. Look at all the videos about him, right? There's a lot of videos about him, but none of them really have many views. Huh. You have, Apollo?
any point of his YouTube saga, which spans over 15 years, and you would most likely find it just as disturbing as it is concerning. Before 2017, there are only a select handful of videos there actually are.
He has a giant Pepe statue in the background. Holy shit, look at that. Dude, that's seriously disturbing. Oh, I'm blocking it. Hold on. Look at the Pepe statue behind me. What the hell? Why does that exist? And what is behind it? Is that The Rock? Oh my god. Anyway, let's continue.
Archived, and all relate to him being some kind of rap artist and him lying about being signed with multiple record labels. He even at one point allegedly signed with someone, and then over the span of a few months, he'd not only stolen all of their music, but the names of the musicians and completely plagiarizing other artists.
What?
He actually considered to be family. Eric Scrubolo was one of these people, and he offered to let Chance sign to his record label in around 2012 to 2013 because he felt sorry for Chance and his appearance. And after all that, he ended up throwing the record label's dog tags into a lake. He later did an apology video with his girlfriend Heather to try and get back into the record label. It's worth mentioning that there will be a Heather mentioned later on that's also his girlfriend, but this is not the same Heather.
I know you're pretty upset about the whole dog tag thing and whatnot. We regret it, man.
And if I'm giving the wrong impression that maybe he is a semi-successful artist, you'd be mistaken. In his entire music career, spanning over 15 years like I've mentioned, he's made a whopping maybe $100. He's made 70 cents with his songs, he sold 2 t-shirts for $60, and he has sold 2 of his CDs, but has yet to ship them out. Now, as you can imagine, Cyrax has never had a job and relies entirely on his grandmother, Sally. Sally was in an unfortunate situation where she was hit by a bus and received a settlement fee to help afford look after herself and her family. And
you know, I really have to ask a question, all right? And this is an honest question for my audience and for everyone else out there. You know, there's these tales of people like this all the time, right? Right? I mean, at this point, they're becoming common, I feel. And I think this is what happens when you have internet culture and you have something like YouTube that came out of nowhere, became so prominent, and people just started throwing themselves out there on the internet, right? And, you know, and now they're exposed to the world. It's not that these people don't exist. It's that normally you wouldn't even know they exist. But now YouTube has allowed us to get a view into their lives, and the fact that they're putting out all this content, and then what happens is they get people who highlight them. Like, this guy, I don't really feel like anyone would know who this guy is if people didn't latch onto him in a negative way and push him out to the internet. I don't know who this guy is. I never heard of him. But people are making videos about him, right? Are they getting tons of views? No. This might be one of the more popular ones, and it's got 44,000 views. So it's not like this guy is incredibly well known on the internet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just, you know, I watch this and it's like, it's so weird that this is culture now, internet culture, right? Like, who cares? Quite frankly, who cares about this kind of stuff? And you know, sometimes I look at myself and I say, why do people care so much about me, right? The people who like my content come and watch it. You got 300 some people on the live stream. There'll be several hundred, maybe 1,000 people who watch a video like this over the week. Big deal. Not a giant amount of people, but I'm happy with that, right? I'm happy with just having a little audience who likes the stuff that I put out. I'm okay with that. But why does there have to be like so much negative amplification of everything on the internet, right? I don't know anything about this guy or any of the things he's done. Maybe he's done horrible things, but do you know who he is? Do you care? By the way, there's tons of people on Earth that do bad things all the time. Do you have to know their stories or amplify them across the internet? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so weird to me. This culture of let's take anything in a negative way and completely amplify it. I don't like that. It's dumb, right? If you just focus in on maybe the positive stuff in life, then maybe you don't have to focus on every little person's negative things going on. You know? I don't know. It's dumb to me. Anyway, do we really want to watch more of this? Do you even care about this guy or what he's done? Let's be honest here. Does anyone want to hear about another story of someone else being called a lolcow and negative stuff that's happened? Does anyone give a shit? Right? I really don't. I don't give a shit about this guy and what he's done or hasn't done. I'd rather move forward, right? Darziak says, it's kind of like local gossip from the old days, but now internet makes it global. I mean, yeah. Like, who gives a shit? Right? I don't care about this guy. I'm skipping it. I'm sorry.